the $1,330 or more on a monthly basis for everyone on Social Security is finally getting a proper explanation right here in this video, as we are on the eve of the major announcement out of Social Security on the finances and every other aspect around the Social Security program, as this has been highly contested over the last few years. And I want to break it all down for you in this video because there's this major line in the sand as of right now in 2026 coming in at $15,960 divided out on a monthly basis is $1,330, and a lot of people believe that is the bare minimum anybody on Social Security should be receiving going forward. Now, this would be absolutely amazing for anybody receiving Social Security benefits, especially the lower income beneficiaries, and this is also being introduced as well when it comes down to SSI, Supplemental Security Income, which again is a really good program, but also massively broken. And we all recognize the SSI program, as good as it is also failing the beneficiaries because it's putting people in a very precarious financial situation receiving any of these benefits. Anyway, I have this information here. I'm going to pop this up on the screen for you in just a minute so you can see and read for yourself exactly what this is talking about. I'm going to pull out some key details within this information here, and I'm going to explain exactly what this is all about, because here we are, about halfway through 2026. I apologize. But my point being is that this is vitally important. And again, I've said this so many times this year. This is the year of affordability, right? The year of affordability. It's getting harder and harder all the time. Like virtually weekly, it is getting harder financially, especially for Social Security beneficiaries. All right, anyway, let's pop this article up here now. Actually, to be fair, it's not an article. It's a screenshot. I apologize. It's a screenshot. I literally went on to Google and had to give me an AI summary of the federal poverty line right now in 2026. Very important stuff right here. All right, so as you can see on the top of this right here, this is a screenshot. The federal poverty line for an individual right now in 2026 is $15,960. Now, if we divide that out by 12 months, it comes out to $1,330 on a monthly basis. Now, that's a key number right there. The reason that I say is this: if your income as a Social Security beneficiary is below $1,330 on a monthly basis, you're literally below the federal poverty line. Not good. Not good at all, right? There's a lot of people that are well below the federal poverty line. About 40 million of our Americans are living in poverty, which is nuts, which is absolutely nuts, right? 40 million people living in poverty. Anyway, so here is where this whole thing comes down to. Over the years, there have been many proposals and many introductions and people talking about, and again, when I say people, I talk about lawmakers and all kinds of economists and Social Security analysts and all these different individuals that are out there and different groups that have talked about raising Social Security benefits to no less than the minimum benefit being at parity with the federal poverty line, okay? When I say parity, I mean equal to. That means, therefore, every single year when the federal poverty line increases, which it does, between about, say, 2.5% and maybe 5.5% per year is how much it increases, that's what benefits would increase. Now, as of right now, get this. This is shocking. The minimum Social Security benefit right now, take a guess. Drop a comment down below. What do you think the minimum Social Security benefit is right now on a monthly basis? You won't even guess low enough. I'll tell you this much. It's $52. It's actually a little bit more than that, but it's $52 and change is the minimum Social Security benefit right now in 2026. $52, really. There's a lot of people that are also receiving a benefit and living strictly on a benefit, SSI also included, below the federal poverty line, again, of this $1,330 on a monthly basis. Now, the major problem that we have here is that there's almost 11% of Social Security beneficiaries who are 65 plus living on any type of benefit who would be in poverty if they were not receiving Social Security. It's a bad situation, right? So point being is that there's also a huge percentage of beneficiaries receiving benefits below the federal poverty line. Well, that's where these numbers come in and where this argument continues to come back as saying, why aren't we raising benefits to a minimum of the federal poverty line? Why is anybody on Social Security living in poverty? It's a pretty good argument right there, right? It's a great question. Why? Why is anybody who is either a senior who is retired receiving Social Security, or somebody with a disability getting disability benefits, living in poverty, literally living on their benefit? Because remember, about 40% of all Social Security beneficiaries rely on their monthly benefit for 90+% of their income, or all of their income. In other words, about half of the people live strictly off of their Social Security benefit. That's a scary statistic right there, especially during a year like this when we see affordability being a major crisis, we see raging inflation, and we see a major problem on our hands right now with, well, people just trying to cover the basic necessities. It's a tough situation out there. Well, again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, we are on the eve. Now, we're not technically right on the eve, but as I film this video right now, we are waiting for the announcement of the annual Social Security Board of Trustees annual report. Very important stuff. Now, generally, this report comes out sometime around late April to about mid-June, and we're in that window right now. I'm filming this video in the middle of May 2026 right now. So we're literally in this window right now when the annual Board of Trustees for Social Security comes out. And within that report, we get all kinds of details around the finances of Social Security. A lot of details, including the insolvency time frame, when the trust fund will be out of money, how much benefits will need to be cut in the event of insolvency. We're going to see how much money they bring in from their three main sources of income. We're going to see how much they pay out. We're going to see all the finances. They're going to open up the books and show us everything on Social Security, which I'm excited to dive into that and dissect every last number within that because it's very, very important. But then this is also going to bring up the question of why are there so many people on Social Security living in poverty and receiving these teeny tiny benefits in the face of potential insolvency, and again, looking at anywhere between a 23 and 28% cut to benefits in just a matter of about 6 years, if we're lucky, probably about 5.5 years, give or take a little, as it currently stands right now. So we've got a major problem on our hands. And again, I anticipate this argument is going to come up yet again, suggesting, why are there so many people on Social Security living in poverty, especially SSI as well? And again, there's been separate dedicated arguments made around SSI to lift these benefits up to the federal poverty line. Now, the big question is this: who pays? Who pays for all this, right? You've always got to get a pay for. Who pays for it? Well, guess what? There's just as many proposals out there to basically restrict and cut off high-income benefits. There was actually just a proposal not that long ago where they wanted to cap annual Social Security benefits at $50,000 a year for an individual, $100,000 a year for a married couple. Well, that's about, what is that? $4,160-ish dollars. It's about $4,100. It's about $4,165, give or take a little bit, per month of a maximum benefit for an individual, and about $8,300 a month for a married couple. Okay, that's $50,000 for an individual and $100,000 as a married couple. Point being is that there's a lot of people that get well over that. The maximum benefit right now is over $5,200. It's nuts. There's a lot of people that get well over $4,100 a month. Well, that is where the pay for would come from, according to what they've suggested on this. Essentially, basically shaving benefits down for higher income people and then shuffling that money back to lower income people is what they'd want to do here. Anyway, I anticipate this is going to be another hot topic out there, especially when we get the finances out of the Board of Trustees annual report here. It's going to be very, very interesting, and I hope this explains it as far as what's going on with this. Let's cross our fingers. I mean, this would be a huge, huge, huge win for lower income people that are just massively struggling, and it'd be really good for a lot of people. Obviously, not everybody. I mean, someone's got to pay for it, but it'd be really good for especially the lower income people, if we could get some kind of floor put in on Social Security benefits other than $52, which is, that's pathetic, right? $52 is the minimum benefit. All right, anyway. If you are on Medicare, if you need to enroll in Medicare, if you're turning 65 in the next 3 or 6 months, if you have your initial enrollment period opening up for you, if you are retiring, first off, congratulations, but it's time to enroll in Medicare. Also, if you have recently moved across state lines or county lines, if you have a special enrollment period opening up for you, if any of those apply to you and your situation, it's time for Medicare for you. please contact Chapter Medicare right there. They are absolutely amazing. They've helped out thousands of you in this community in the last year and a half or so. Make sure to contact them. Again, you can read it for yourself. Free Medicare help. They will spend all the time that you need diligently looking through the 20,000+ plans that they have access to. They will make sure that you can still see your doctor. The prescriptions that you're taking are covered, or whatever it happens to be. Again, so you can go to the offices, the clinics, the hospital systems that you want to go to. And again, they will also make sure that your initial enrollment is properly done. They'll make sure that they're finding you the best plan, and whatever else it is that you need. Again, addressing your questions and concerns. They'll take care of all of it for you. What's really cool about it, in the last year and a half or so, give or take a little, those of you in this community, again, about 14,000 of you have contacted them through that phone number right there. And the really best part, those of you that have contacted Chapter for the free services on Medicare have collectively saved nearly $3 million in the last year and a half. It's actually not even a year and a half. Nearly $3 million back in your pocket. That's amazing. Congratulations on that. Anyway, anything Medicare related, make sure to take a picture, take a screenshot, write it down. That's your one-stop shop right there for everything Medicare related. All right, anyway, until next time, have a nice day. Please consider subscribing. Totally free. Big subscribe button down below. Please make sure to like the video. Big thumbs up button down below. If you did not like this video, please do not like the video. I certainly do not want something that I did not earn. Otherwise, please share the video, big share button down below. Otherwise, check out the other 6,000 videos here on the channel in the video library. Until next time, have a nice